Dungeon House, where a bunch of regular people. Welcome to the Dungeon House, where a bunch of regular people with regular jobs gather to play Dungeons and Dragons. We aren't professionals, so if you hear food ASMR or a baby in the back, just understand it's normal. This show is recommended for those 13 and up. The music you'll hear is brought to you by William Heaton and various other artists. We're glad that you're here to share in the fun and laughter, as well as the challenges along the way. So come on into our home, take a seat on the couch, and enjoy the Dungeon House. All right, we're in.
We're live?
We're live.
It's a little bit different than we usually are. As you can see, most of us are here in person. We're the only ones that could be. This is our Christmas special. It has nothing to do with Christmas for the actual D&D plot, but it's our opportunity to be together as friends and play D&D. So, yeah, that's where we're at. I don't know. Is there anything else I need to say?
Let's start getting into it.
Oh.
What can I say? You're welcome.
You're welcome.
I think we'll just start getting into it.
A level, then it's like
Yeah.
that was the one complaint that I saw on Amazon. It's like it's a little loud. I'm like, it works.
This is amazing. This is the greatest thing ever. I think we start D&D.
And with his gun. Oh yeah, D&D. With his holster.
What do you say?
Would you be willing, Kyle? Do you remember what happened last session? Because I didn't write a recap, and so you have to do it from memory.
Okay. Last time on the Dungeon House. After the party had successfully, in my opinion, might not be truthful, gone through the little mansion and figured out who the bad guy is, the druids led us to a grove, or the druids took us back to their druid. Wait, not druids. What are they?
Dryads.
Dryads. The dryads. The dryads took us back to their dryad camp and informed us that we could have the potential to chase after the bad guys again.
You only know Vance.
Vance.
And the group. Didn't we learn what the group's name
Yes.
was?
Vance and the concubine.
The what?
The concubines?
What was it, Vance? I forgot their name.
Is that how?
Joey. God, you call you the wrong name.
It's amazing.
Joy.
That's what I wrote down is have.
The halves.
Hav was like his boss's name.
Oh.
You got it.
Anyway, there are bad people that we are hunting right now. Anyways, the party decides the most logical thing to do is to jump in a hole because that always works out fine.
Without
You jump in a
explaining.
hole. And most of the party didn't know what was going on because there was only the people that spoke the Triad language.
Language barriers.
So we see half the party jumping into a hole, off into nowhere. Moss grabs. Whose hand did I grab? Moss grabs Alia's hand and is like, Alia, probably gonna die, but it will be that Moss would say, but it will be okay. As they jump into the hole also.
Don't worry, I'll hold you.
No. Moss, I will protect you.
Where's your ritual?
Yes, Mr. Undead, right?
As the,
That's water.
as the party jumps into the hole, they jump into a running river. Those that are smart and did not carry heavy water and heavy armor are doing quite fine, but the rest of the party is drowning and dying. The party finally, we made it out of the river, right?
Still in the river, but we figured out a solution to.
Yeah, Moss,
Figured out a flotation device.
We used Adelaide's dresses. Don't you remember that?
Feeding my baby.
Yeah, but we've told you about it.
Yeah, we took your. They took your dresses. Eli's walking on the.
Pablo did. It was Pablo.
No, Pablo won't take that blame.
I mean, he did.
Who
Reaching.
suggested it? Piggy had nothing to do with it.
yeah, Moss was not part of this conversation.
It was definitely
Baron, someone else
Baron.
suggested as he's holding the
definitely.
Did you guys hear that echo in the cave?
Do you think that was Vance? He definitely was the one who told us to do that. Anyways, well, that's basically where we're at. We're starting back up in the water as you guys are continuing to sail down the path towards who knows what.
Don't.
I don't know. Do you know where you're going?
I don't remember.
You're following. That's all you know.
I'm trying to float.
Who knows where we're going? So
The river follows the underground caves where Vance disappeared.
As you guys continue down the cave, it's pretty wet in here. It's an underground cave. But those with flotation devices are doing a little bit better. As you kind of look around, now that you're all getting your bearings a little bit, using your magical light, it's easy to tell kind of the direction of flow. The waters aren't too calm, but aren't too rough. That's what I meant to say. Walls kind of covered in slime. Just picturing yourself underground in a cave full of water, and that's kind of what it's like. All right. As you're going down, the water slowly starts picking up speed. Not to the point where it's disconcerting, but you are noticing that it's going from a lazy river to a I don't want to do anything today river.
who?
Is that
is-
getting up
It's
speed or is
very
that-
slow. Like,
It was very slow, and now
Wait.
it's just slow.
So back to
No.
that. We were struggling in the very slow water.
It's deep water.
Who is struggling right now? Are we all okay?
No, we're fine.
People that have armor are heavy
yes,
we're
we're
used
easy.
to.
Moss.
It doesn't work. I tried a couple times. It won't connect.
Moss, recalling childhood trauma from his days not being Moss. Guys, we should guys, starting to speed up. We should make sure we're grouped together as we go throughout this. Help support each other.
It's all humans.
I don't know.
Okay, Pinky.
As she grabs your hand and slowly starts. Eventually, you do get to group up together. It's not too hard to eventually make it.
Do they know where Elia's at?
Sorry, me. You're walking on the ground.
Yeah, like I'm underneath the water. Like
You can
like,
hear the conversation sport, but it's kind of like that's kind of what you're hearing right now. Kind of muffled.
But has someone told us that Elias down there?
You can. Someone can do a perception check to see if they can see Alia.
I think you'll do a perception check.
Sure.
If you don't try that, it makes it quite
That's still only a 15, right?
13. It's not too hard to tell. Like there's like you see for a second there, you think it's like a brassy colored fish. Then you realize it's instead of this way, it's upright and walking. Stick your eyes underneath, you kind of focus in the water for a second, and you can tell that Alia is there, just on the bottom of the floor, doing Alia things.
I think he's going to stick her head under the water and say, "You can walk under the water, it's so cool." Except for
He sees us Pinky
Oh, look it over and kick it. It's too early for you.
just pop her head out of the water and be like, "I can breathe underwater." He's just gonna point down.
all of us.
I knew the sound was coming in Elias' life. Ain't that right?
So, as you guys continue forward, a little while passes in the same circumstances that you are in. About an hour, maybe an hour and a half. It's kind of hard to tell time. You see what looks to be some sort of light emanating from farther in the cavern from where you're at. As you're kind of approaching it, you notice that the cavern around you is starting to get wider and larger, as if this area might have been formed maybe at a different time, or different elements caused it to become a much larger cave system than what had previously been. As you continue forward, you are able to eventually touch the bottom of the floor, as this cave is less deep since it's more wider now.
Adelaide suddenly standing.
In the water.
Well, sadly, cannot stand yet.
Moss and Pinky are still floating. But for the rest of you, you're finally able to be all on the same playing field. Alia, you come out of the water.
What the heck?
Yeah. So you are no longer submerged. Unless you want to crouch down and stay underneath the water.
So what does this cavern look like? Because you said there's light, right?
So it's kind of far down. You can see like the cavern is bending and there's light emanating farther down in.
Okay. So, should we continue into light?
Let's continue.
I'll just be in the back, picking up water.
How much water do you think you put in your lungs? Too much. That's probably a good estimate. All right. As you continue to go forward, I'd like someone to make a perception check. Anyone who would feel like they'd be maybe leading the charge, or someone who.
They don't really do this charge. She's
I
invested.
don't know. Moss and Pinky are also floating there like drugs.
Like a what?
Like a bunch of bubbles.
Barren was up near the front as well, so I
So,
can do that.
with both of you can roll. That's not a problem.
So 13 again.
13.
I think it's only. 12.
12. So it's still around the corner. You can't really see anything yet. And for where you guys are at, a lot of people are sloshing in the water as they're stepping through. It's pretty hard to kind of get a idea of maybe what's going on up ahead. You don't, however, hear any loud sounds coming from there, but you can assume that a lot of the sounds, if they were coming, might be being muffled because you guys are also loud. As you guys move forward, you finally come around the bend, and as you look, you can see what looks to be torchlight. Sitting on the side of the cave looks to be some makeshift pier or dock. You see what looks to be places for about 4 boats to be. And there is one left. They look kind of like larger canoes, like probably about like a 14-foot long boat. You could definitely assume all of you could fit in one of these boats. You can see also by this makeshift pier, there looks to be a stairway cut into the stone heading upward from this position.
So sorry. Just try to visualize. So,
Yeah.
so the river keeps going, but then there are.
Yeah, the river keeps going,
Okay.
and then there's like a dock with one boat. Looks like places for multiple boats that could be there. And there's a stairs going up.
The perfect opportunity to split the party.
Send some down the river and some through the stairs.
Yeah.
Good.
Then we're gonna catch them.
Are we gonna assume that the stairs are leading up to the mansion area?
Old boy
What?
is going to try and climb on the stairs because she's done with the water.
You can get up onto the dock.
Only like super straight for that with all my armor.
Yeah.
And everything.
You flop on the deck like a fish.
Ren just comes out of the water like Hasselhoff.
Yeah. I like shoot out and then just land on my feet.
superhero pose.
Like he just like shakes and all the water just falls off of him.
Like a dog.
One pump in the dry.
Well, what do you guys think? Do you think that it's possible they took some boats and followed the river, or are you going up the stairs?
Can we like look for tracks or something?
Definitely. Would you like to do a survival check, Ren?
I'd love to. I'm breaking in the new dice. So. Oh, it's a 20, bro.
So
Not.
with looking here, this is a cave system. There's a lot of dust and buildup on the places that aren't, covered in water. You can see what looks to be fresh tracks of a large group of people heading towards the river.
Okay.
From what you can tell, and you can fairly easily, it's almost like you're like put your radar glasses on, you can like see the people walking in the scenes, people getting like pushed into like boats and stuff like that. And you're like, there's like what looks to be 5
Yeah, I
guards.
have a vision of the path.
You see like there's 5 guards, there's probably like 20 people being corralled onto boats and taking off. With a nat 20, you also notice that there was one set of footprints that came later on that seemed to have come up to the boat that was on there, and the one boat that's still there, and then left. From what you can tell, it looks like they must have jumped into the water from figuring out what their tracks were. So one's different than the other group.
So I'll relay this information. I'll say, it looks like a bunch of them got in a boat and left. I assume we could see like where a boat was and it was pushed into the water.
Yeah.
Was there someone that would have come after who would have swam? Or is that
Vance, maybe.
why would he have swam and not just taken a boat?
He'd get drenched in oil.
That was a long. We've been a long traveling for a while now.
Well, I mean, if it's just one set of footprint.
Well, but how long was the tunnel from the house?
Yeah, but caves don't have a lot of like natural things going on, so the tracks could have been here for a while.
It's true.
Like the
So
wind's not.
the tracks like go to the boat, look at it, and then leave, go into the water.
Yeah. Looks like you can see like the dust was kicked off of the thing. Someone got onto the boat, walked around a little bit, and got off. And then, from what you can tell, if you follow them, they got into the water in another spot.
I just would like to investigate the boat.
I was gonna say, Alia
You know, it's
wanted
like they tampered with the boat or something.
Yeah, see if there's any hole.
Who would like to do an investigation check? You do it with advantage since Moss is helping you. Alia.
Well, while he's doing that, I want to ask a question for the DM.
Sure.
So when we were first in the house,
Mhm.
we left the house to go with the dryads, and then we jumped in the river. Did the river take us back the direction of the house?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, like kind of mapping out in your mind, you think you'd probably you're heading in this general direction that you knew the house to be in.
Okay.
You think that you'd assume that you'd probably be in there. If you'd like to do a check, like maybe a history check or just a general intelligence check to kind of figure out your bearings, you can, if you want to get more of a precise answer.
Okay. Yeah, might as well. While you're doing that.
All right.
my first roll
Yeah, what's your first roll?
was a 7.
7. What's your second roll?
A 7.
A 7.
Woof.
So 9 is the total.
As you look at the boat, you see how like Ren's pointed out, like someone got onto it. You look at it, you're like, I don't really see anything wrong with it. Like you just do, you glance through for what you feel like is a good view, but you don't feel like you notice anything out of the ordinary.
Yeah, the boat looks fine to me, guys.
Right, I trust Alia.
I got 12 on the intelligence.
From what you can tell, it seems about the right area.
Ren, maybe you should take a look at the boat. Have you ever been on a boat, Alia?
Well, I've been on a boat out at the lake and
Hey.
in the.
I trust Alia. I was out there helping Alia as well. Are you saying me and Alia couldn't figure this out together?
Well, I'm just saying that Ren has a lot of experience.
I mean, count however you want, I guess. I'm okay with getting on the boat. Yeah, so Alia's like,
Moss has confidence in Alia.
I think we're getting on the boat.
So as you guys step onto the boat, it's okay. Like honestly, for them, they believe
Like
that the boat is fine.
The boat is safe.
Like,
Yeah, no, I get that.
so with that, as you guys step on the boat was fine. It was what the boat was connected to wasn't. As you step on the boat, the rope attached to it pulls a lever, and I need you both to do dexterity saving throws.
Oh,
yeah. Just trying to play character.
I'm sorry. The worst is when you know you roll bad and you know there's a trap.
Yeah, you're like freak.
13.
Dex save.
Oh my god.
What do you do? Wait, actually, how?
Pulled off the
Chipped off a little piece.
Wait, a keyboard?
A
Buddy.
key. A key is gone.
Oh.
Awful.
that child is mad.
Building his own PC already.
All right,
18.
18.
Can I see it?
Alia, what did you get?
13.
13.
There you go. That's a good.
This is I know this. No, I haven't.
Just
Sorry. I have an advantage on saving throws.
On all saving throws.
On dex saving throws. Or sorry, I just had my ability modifier, so it'd be a 20.
Yeah.
2, 1. That's a lot of dice.
All right. So what'd you get again, Alia?
13.
13, and you got an 18. So both of you pass. The damage was 12 acid damage. Have that for you as you kind of look up. Maybe even Pinky like kind of almost tugged at your shirt, causing you to miss. 3 vials of acid netted on top of the roof of the cave fall down onto the boat.
Oh no.
And it starts to sizzle and crack onto the wood and onto your skin as well. So,
Not the wood. Oh.
as this happens, you can see the boat is starting to holes are starting to form where the acid sprayed, and it's starting to sink. You hear from up above, maybe on the roof somewhere, it's saying, "Should have checked harder."
Is that Vance's voice?
He is here.
No.
Make a perception check.
Man.
Perception. 10.
10. You do not see him.
Well, I'm gonna assume he's here. I'll say something like, "Why don't you come down here so I can check harder your face?"
Check harder.
Hello, Ren.
There's no response.
I'll look to everyone and be like, is he up there or what?
No, Ren, he's not.
With that, Pinky would like to see if she can find where the
Sure.
thing's coming from. 'Cause if it's another scroll, she's having. Sorry, the guy who asked.
Yeah, gotta collect those scrolls.
You should have looked harder. You should have looked harder. You should have looked harder.
And you don't find him.
Yeah, I don't think so.
But you're pretty certain that no one could be hiding up there, from where you're at. You with a 10, you do see what looks to be maybe someone has placed a piton or python. I don't know how you say that. You know the climbing thing?
Yes.
Yeah. Up there. So, but it's fresh. It doesn't look rusty.
Well, it's a fresh bit.
Python. Kitten.
Is there?
Maybe he just said it a long time ago and the echoes haven't caught up now.
All right.
Well, it looks like we're not following them in a boat.
Was any wood salvageable? Oh, that.
There's probably about a couple of holes in it. Go ahead.
Well, is distraught with the boat getting damaged because she doesn't want to swim again. So, in a calmish panic, I'm just like, Does anyone have like ice or anything like that? Fix this.
Have a chill touch.
Can we just stuff the holes with like rags or something?
They're fairly like getting like as it continues to eat, the holes like have grown from like little guys to like now it's like the bow is starting to settle in the water,
Um,
and so like your biggest hole's probably about 6 inches by 6 inches in diameter.
hmm.
I don't really have anything, guys. I'm sorry.
Grab the boat and bring it on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Make a strength check as you pull it out.
Just checking.
What
You
is
just
the dock?
again. The dock is connected to a.
Yeah, it's not like the boat's
Set of stairs.
moving away. It's just like settling onto the bottom
Yeah,
of the.
but there's a dock. And the dock is connected to.
It's connected to kind of like a pier, and the pier is connected to the wall, and the wall is connected to the knee. The knee's connected to the.
So it's connected to a wall.
Yeah, and then so it's like here's like the side of the wall of the cave, and there's like a flat bit that looks like it was made by a person with like bricks, and then there's like a dock coming out of it.
So if we continued up, it would just lead us to the side of the cave.
There's stairs leading up from here.
We're pretty sure that leads us to the man. We just. Am I still out of it, or is?
You've finally gone back into it.
Want to say if you have like
Did we stay on the dock? Oh. Disconnect the dock.
We're gonna stay on the dock.
Why not?
No. Down on the dock.
Yeah.
We would need like if we could find like holes or like maybe the oars, that way we don't crash into the walls and we just kind of just like push ourselves off
Oh yeah.
the wall.
Just take planks from here.
Yeah, Opal's just gonna start like yeah.
Yeah, she pulls out the axe.
Like
We will pull out her greatsword. We're gonna start hacking this up.
Okay.
See if we can get this.
just tell us how to chop it and we'll chop it.
I don't have woodworking skills.
No.
Has anyone here worked with wood?
I think he has a little bit, but probably not to be of use.
Yeah, it's like I know how to make an oar, but it's just like a wooden spoon. So no,
Whistle a little pony.
I can thread thread.
I got this. A set of woodland creatures. Thank you.
They're all miniatures. They're exact replicas of each one of the party members.
Here, if we can,
Before.
I have proficiency in weaver's tools, so if we can chop it up into like little strips, I can like weave like a basket
Like these
for us to
baskets.
sail through.
Baron, you said you know what you're doing? Yeah. How do we, get this going? We need oars. We need it to be a reasonable size that we don't crash. Can steer it. Yes.
I would still live.
It's like the same piece of wood. It's only like 6 inches long. You're just like hitting it over and
Seeing that destroy for dredges yet.
Yeah.
you just like shove them into the water.
Just wait.
Knowing what I know about woodworking,
Yes.
is it feasible to use the dock? Would it be better to try and fix the boat? Do we have time? Like, if we're trying to catch these guys, is it even worth trying to do it, or is it kind of a lost cause at this point?
So I guess it comes down to what are we imagining the dock to look like? That's the real question.
A wooden dock.
Like the
Well,
ones that are
like-
floating. That's what
Yeah.
you're thinking of.
Get down in there and
Cut off
Yeah.
the things.
we have ourselves a large plank of wood.
Yeah.
No, a large planks of wood.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
we were using like
Just because I
Not
think
like-
it's hilarious, I think you're looking at this and like, yeah, I think we could do this.
Yeah, I think we can do it.
Yeah, you're like, man, this is actually feasible.
I've done a lot of stupid ideas in my life, but this is up there.
So I need a couple of checks going on here. We need checks to make the dock into a feasible boat. We need and we need checks to figure out how we can create some sort of navigational devices like oars and stuff like
Can
that.
I help, like, instruct people?
Sure. That will probably be. You can use your proficiency, but it'll be an intelligence check rather than like actual physical labor check. If that makes sense. All right. So who's going to be doing what?
Boss will take. a
Yes,
look
I'm
at
working.
ours.
Sorry,
You're gonna
I'm
work on
trying
oars,
to-
Moss.
We are trying to currently fix certain things.
Brandon, are you going to work on oars as well?
Sure, if I'm needed there.
Yes, but that's the only one that fits there.
Opal's working on the boat.
I'm also working on the boat.
Also working on the boat. Pinky
I'm assuming Pinky's not going to be much help.
working on the miniatures.
It should be moral support. You guys keep doing it. Good job. Keep going.
Alia,
Like the bonuses, but
um,
if only you were a bard.
he's working on what?
I consider
So-
you're a bard.
These Opal and Adelaide are working on the making the dock into a boat, and then Moss and Ren are working on making oars of some sort.
So is there anything else that needs done?
Do you feel like there's anything else that could be needed? You could also help them more. Like the more you help, the more likely it is to be more better.
I'll help with the oars.
Okay.
Oh no, I did something done. I lost the other piece, but
Anybody
the
else
piece
needs
goes
to
on
start
this side.
while they're out?
Oh boy.
Starburst? Pink Starburst? Anybody?
I will take a pink starburst.
I will also take one.
Kyle wants one to kind of fill up that.
This is what you're doing. This is what Pinky's doing.
Pink snacks. You
That's
gotta-
what I do.
You can't work on a fake boat until your front tummy's full. They're like just tiny little cakes. They're just so small. You're like holding it. It's like all right, that was 3 of my rations.
It goes in like this. So the one side goes in this side,
Yeah.
one side goes.
I was just thinking about fairy fish so tiny. Like even though they're like that big. They're like fairly adequate sized creature. I just love thinking of them like insanely small. All right,
Adequately sized. I'm like, probably like.
Baron, I'm gonna have you start.
They're my skinny.
I know that you're looking for something,
Mm-hmm.
but
We go.
I would like you to do 2 instruction checks. Depending on how well you do on your instruction check, will help the others. Just so you know.
Can I have advantage since I have proficiency in carpentry?
What skill would you be using this with? And you're just using your carpenter skill with intelligence check.
Yes.
It's just intelligence with. Then you can get proficiency with it. You'd have to have like another proficiency of a skill to get advantage. Does that make sense?
History. I don't know. That'll be the one thing that I can survival actually.
Survival. Survival.
It's okay.
As
Just tell me what you want me to roll.
Intelligence plus your proficiency modifier.
Just one.
For directing us how to do it.
Plus intelligence plus proficiency. 18.
So 18. The people working on the boat, you will have +3 to your checks. You get his proficiency bonus.
And you want me to roll again?
Yeah, for the orc.
Oars aren't as good, so 9, 10, 11, 12, 12.
Well, he's passable on his orc explanation, but you're a little lost. You don't get any bonuses for him.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find your thing.
Hello, little man. Get out. Hello, little man. Hello, little man.
Oh, is Joy wanted?
You want to wear my hat? Oh, that's so cute.
So now, this is supposed to go in on this side.
All right. So those who are working on the boat, would you like
I
to
just don't know
make
which
some
order it
choices?
falls in, but they're both
Yes.
in.
I need you. You either do yeah, to survival or athletics. Building.
We're
Oh,
Just
we're
not
the one of 4 piece.
What's So then add +3 to your rolls.
Survival.
20. Okay.
So I just gotta make sure that.
Athletics is a +4. Survival is a +3.
So if he eraser that he might.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
10.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright, that's
So
see
then
what
you
I
add the +3 to it from Baron's help. So 13.
Okay.
So 20 plus 13. That's a combined total of 30. So you pass the DC 25 to make this into the. So your combined totals came together to make the 30 to get over the 25. All right, those who are working on the oars.
All right. You got this, Ren.
I need each one of you to make either probably just survival. This is less athletics and more just survival.
Nice, buddy. Those are trouble.
11.
11?
Yeah, 15.
15?
Give me one sec. You can see the pin right there. That needs to go in the hole on the side.
Oh, in back inside here.
Yes, and then what will happen is click unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20.
It'll
Oh, okay.
2 on that 20.
Awesome. So with Alia and Opal kind of leading charge, just so you know, 15 plus 11, that's 26 plus not 20, you 46. The oars were a little bit more tricky. I had a DC of 30, so you're good. It takes probably about in total 30 minutes, about half an hour, of kind of getting instructions from Barry. He's like, all right, look at this part. I think you probably could work on this. And going back and kind of working on your own thing for a second. By the end of it, you have turned the dock into a usable barge. And you have 2 oars that seem very sufficient on guiding this craft down the flow of the underground river.
Who has the biggest muscles? Opal, take this oar.
And
Pablo.
Pablo?
Hey, we should give both the oars to Pablo.
Yeah. He just he has a
Ready
ring.
just for show.
You know, back in his room,
I see that.
in his shared room with all the other servants, there's just a bunch of rowing machines. And they just do that all day long. That's why he's got such a huge chest. Rowing actually gives you big chest muscles.
Yeah, it does.
Fills you out. Barrel chested and thin waisted. I don't know how to say that. Anyways, you guys have a boat and you have things.
Yeah. I got them together, so we just need to go. Sorry, keep going.
Pablo, charge.
All right.
just Pablo.
It would probably be best to have 2 people.
Okay.
So if you'd like to roll, I'll roll for Pablo. Or Adelaide, would you like to roll for Pablo to see how well he does on strength? He has a +4 modifier to his strength.
14. 18?
14?
8.
8.
Yeah.
Okay. It's going smoothly. It's not crazy fast, but
Yes.
with a little bit of time, you guys are sailing down the river again on the barge.
Woohoo.
Come sail away, come sail away, come sail away with me.
Pablo's like,
It's like
there's a reason why Opal's not doing quite as well with her rowing. She's trying to get the song started. Pablo,
But she's keeping us all in rhythm.
She's doing the drum.
Yeah.
Moss refuses to give in to these idolatric practices.
I think we'll probably try to join you, but you probably don't know songs.
That's okay. Opal will just in her mind his heart's beating to the rhythm.
Wait, get fast. Word and Kate, is it super dark right now?
It is, but you guys have magical lights.
Okay, we have magical lights.
Yes.
Are they move up? Where are the magical lights coming from again?
So there's a magic stone that you guys found when you were in Havnock.
It's the stone. I wrote down coin for some reason.
It's a small object.
It was a small object.
Yes.
I remember it being a stone.
Okay, I will fix that then. I remember it being a stone too, but I don't know why.
Okay,
That's okay.
so that's where our light's coming from.
That as well as Baron has an ever burning torch. And I think there might have been one other one of those.
Because I'm curious if because the light's probably just surrounding us, right?
Yes.
So I'm curious if let me get back to the mouse. I'm curious if there's a way that we can make like some sort of a spotlight thing just so we can see further down the cave.
Oh.
You do notice that it's kind of you have to be on your A game, Opal, and
I had dancing lights, and I think I had dancing lights cast.
Okay, that might be a good idea to like spread out the light so we can see in front of us a lot farther.
I could also cast light.
By the time that you guys are finished casting light spells, this place looks like the Las Vegas Strip. It's like crazy.
And Opal singing.
Opal singing. It's
She'll start strumming
Yeah.
along.
Yes.
Let's forget what we're doing.
What are we doing
Why are we here again? So I would like someone to do an intelligence check. Someone who maybe be kind of really focused, thinking on like, how far behind are we?
Moss is doing it.
Moss is going to do it. Okay.
I think he's
Moss
aware, but not super
sucks.
Nothing.
Moss rolls a 7. He's not good.
You think with kind of how long it took you guys to get to the tree and to get down back to this place through the tunnel, make your boat, you're probably a couple hours behind the other people.
Okay. Okay. I am assuming though, this is just Moss assuming, not me talking to the DM, that because we are in a boat, that we're going to be going a bit faster than our good friend Vance, because he's always running.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the logic that Moss is running with.
You can definitely run with that logic.
Doesn't mean it's true.
Let's turn to a fish.
Will not do that till level
It's level 6.
6.
Or level 5. I think it's actually level 5.
Depends on your subclass. But sorry.
All right.
Yeah, we're just going down. Yes.
A few hours probably pass by, and it's getting to the point where it's getting later. While you guys are traveling, is there anything that you would like to be doing during that time?
We're
Resting. Moss would like to short.
Perfect. Okay.
Ooh.
Lost in short rest.
And also
we're just floating, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, I was upstairs. I just said we're just in a boat.
Good thinking, Moss. Because I was like,
I know. I sit there for a second. I'm like, I feel like Chase wants us to do something.
I don't want you to do something. I just hope that you take the
Lyle
opportunity.
makes an
that-
intelligence check.
Do we know how long we're gonna float for?
It seems for a while.
So if we're gonna potentially be a long rest if it's long
8
enough.
hours.
No, I don't think we're gonna get 8 hours.
You can definitely start a long rest if you want to. If it doesn't end up getting to the long rest part, it's just going to be a short rest. So you guys can start resting that long if you want to. You will. If you
Well,
take that,
I think we've already taken one short rest.
yeah. So this will be your last
Yeah,
last rest.
one. So if we're just sitting here, we might as well try to take a
Are
long
there-
rest for everyone. Like,
Are there any detriments for attempting to take a long rest and then really walking out of it early?
Oh, that's a good question. Should I look that up?
Yeah.
It's like
Opal wants to rest. But
if I'm in the REM stage of my sleep, my mommy wakes me up. It's bad. Day.
I'm red.
because also you have to remember, we left the house at like 1 a.m.
Oh, so
And we've
it's-
been
Like I
traveling.
said, we haven't. Yeah, we've been up for
Like,
more than 24 hours.
We've been up for a while. So
Do
like,
we
we probably have we probably need to make a con save and make sure we don't get exhausted. Honestly,
you know, McKay, thanks. That's just the stuff we need to hear right now.
Okay, can you shut up, please?
Thanks, man. See, if it was 7 honesty, I don't. What would you mean? I was gonna ask, you're eating your Takis with her?
Yeah.
Nice.
That's why I was so impressed.
Is anyone hungry for any treats or stuff? There's still cookies over here. We have others. Do we have other treats stored?
Yeah, probably. There's the fruit, right?
They're fruit
Oh,
and chips.
All I know is that when my blood sugar level rises, goes downhill, so I need to stay away from the sugar.
I'm drinking out of my mug, so I just gained power.
After I've been drinking sugar like crazy.
I could use some water though.
I got you.
In the resting talk, it doesn't say that you can. It doesn't say anything about getting the benefits of a short rest if you are starting a long rest. I'm going to rule it though that makes sense. I think you can still get it. Just so you guys know.
Okay, sounds good for Kyle.
Yeah, so let's start a long rest.
We'll attempt a long rest.
Cool.
Alright,
We'll take the
those-
first watch.
We will have to do watches, which means that other people are going to have to take activities like controlling the boat. Because
We need a minimum of, we probably need at least 3 people up each.
Pablo will never rest.
Pablo is a goat.
Like we probably need 3 people up each.
I can switch
Section.
out Opal or Pablo next round. Thank you.
Boss
We
has
did it.
out. Boss is out. First round.
Boss is out. Who's out? So Opal, Pablo, and is there anyone else that's going to stay up with them?
Pinky, because
She's not coming. She's later on.
Right, who's staying up? Pinky's up.
Pinky, Opal, and Pablo. Next up will be
Boss.
Moss,
we'll do the lookout.
Adelaide,
Adelaide.
and who's going to go with Moss and Adelaide?
We need someone strong.
I'll go.
You go. Okay.
I'll take up the last.
Take up the last one. And Pablo will probably stay up. He's all right with pushing through a little bit. Because he's like a fun apart and
Ren
Ren not gonna
too.
fight.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
Ren.
can take the last one or whatever.
The 2 of us can take the last one.
That'll work great then. We'll do that. Okay.
We'll just have to multitask navigation.
All right. Some of you lie down on the bar, rest, feeling the slight rock of it. It's very calming, peaceful. Feels really nice. I would like Opal and Pinky to do perception checks for their watch.
That's a 15 for Pinky.
15?
Hey.
15. Pinky, you feel like you got a fairly good eye out as you're going.
I mean, Pinky's not multitasking, so
Yeah, it's easier. You're able to fly around now and keep an eye out up above.
it's not rolling global. I'm trying to look it up.
After a little while passes, you feel like you've started to travel a fairly good distance. You're like going with the flow of the river as well as kind of paddling with it. So you're making fairly good headway. You feel like. If there's nothing that you want to do during your watches, it'll end and it'll be the next group's turn.
Yeah, whenever I
Yeah.
just look at.
Perfect. All right, next up with Moss, Adelaide, and Alia. Like all 3 of you to do perception checks.
Boss gets 24.
So horrible. She almost not out.
What is my perception?
Sorry. Your perception is a +3.
22. What'd you get again?
24.
24, 22, 19. 19. Okay.
All right.
What happens?
Is there anything that we see?
Through your travels, you don't see anything. Is there anything else that you'd like to do during this time where you guys are going?
bring up you're walking on water. Walking in water. How did you make it through that, Alia?
I don't know. Things just I guess since I died, things have like stopped working and started working, and I don't know.
This will be exciting to see like
Wait, what stopped?
what
it?
else you can.
Do you have to like use the restroom?
No, she like looks down at like her skin and she's bronze.
Oh,
Just like what's new?
You can't use the bathroom. What the heck? Wish I had that. It took a long time.
But no, just when I died, my dad was there. And it turned into a weird thing where apparently when people die around me, I absorb their soul.
Oh.
So I have a soul apparently inside of my heart, and there's some great things in that soul, like the monster we killed on our last mission was in there. And so when when I was talking with my dad, he said that he was going, or some systems were going to shut down, and basically this was just like emergency mode. I uh, so apparently I'm not real. Is basically what I'm saying.
Alia, even though you might be made of bronze and have the heart of a mechanical thing, you're real to me.
Moss, I think that's the nicest thing you've ever said to me. But I don't know. Just a lot, I guess. So I guess I'm not a half elf like I thought I was.
You're a bronze elf. Sorry.
Carrying a very heavy burden.
It's bronze.
Can't wait to see what else you can do though. On a plus note, and I'm glad that you're all right. I wonder how I made it through that. It was scary for a moment. It just so black and.
Also, when I die, apparently it releases like a beacon to monsters that want to be dead,
Wait,
and they be strong monsters. Oh,
are you saying that there's the possibility that really strong monsters know where we're at right now,
potentially.
and we're in a dark underground cave system?
Are you a beacon currently?
I don't know.
You don't know if you're a beacon or not.
No.
Take you with us. I just.
Wait, before we start with something, we should actually talk about this. That's like Moss so like. That's all I like him. Just the next person. But if she's like giving off come kill us energy with all the monsters right now,
The wrong vibes,
like
Does Alia hear this?
How
we're on
quiet.
the dock.
like
Yeah, you're like, you're like,
Technically, it's I think just the monster that killed my dad.
Moss gonna turn his head. So we're not gonna see like the Kraken come out of this water then.
No, something a lot worse potentially.
But that monster's not around. Like we don't have to worry 24/7.
I don't
Only
know.
like 15/7.
I don't know.
15.
Genuinely, I don't know.
And if having, you know, a magical bronze elf that can walk underneath water and doesn't need to use the restroom, like our release arms.
For now, yes, but I think eventually when we all get back to a more civilized location, we should discuss this as a larger group and see if there are ways to, or oh gosh, this is kind of not Moss, or there might be a way that we can use this beacon that she gives us to know where the monster is at. like a cell phone receiver, you know.
Can you feel your connection with the monster now, Alia?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, close your eyes.
Closes her eyes.
Not you must, not you must. Yeah, close your eyes.
She closes her eyes, half expecting to be shoved off the door.
One eye step out, guys. You like brace yourself. Make an Arcana check.
Dude, roll that nat 20, bro.
21.
Whoa.
Oh.
So as you reach inside yourself, it's interesting kind of how it goes as you kind of close your eyes. It's almost like with your eyes closed, you can see in your peripheral vision, like there's almost like a symbol. From what you can see, it looks similar to like a stylized hammer. There's a symbol that you kind of feel like represents. You've seen a lot, kind of with like artificer workshops. Usually, it's a kind of to represent that trade. As you kind of close your eyes and then you notice that, you focus on it, and it kind of brings up in front of your eyes, almost kind of like a display, like you've turned on the settings so you can look at it. As you kind of look at some of the things that you have, a lot of the things that you can see seem to be almost kind of locked or not quite working properly. Like it's kind of not like the visuals kind of like blurred, glitched in a sense. Like you can't really make sense of it, though. You can see what looks to be a system that's different from all the other ones in the fact that looks like it was maybe it didn't originate with the others. It originated maybe sometime later.
Okay.
And it's basically, it says cloaking system, and it's turned on.
Okay.
You would assume that the dying means that your systems all get shut. Even that. Okay. You feel like you have a better understanding of kind of maybe what on the inside, what your dad sees when he is working on you, and you get the sense that that portion of you probably came after what that night, whatever that cloaking thing is,
Came after the attack.
yes.
Okay. So it feels like, I guess, there's some type of signals being suppressed. So the monster doesn't currently know where we're at. But he did know where we were at when I was dead. So
You alive.
So we can't kill it right now.
yes, I mean, technically you could kill me and just not bring me with you, but
Alia, have we talked about what kind of monster this is?
no, we haven't, and I don't want to talk about it right now. So
At the moment, I understand, but eventually we should talk about what kind of monster.
yeah,
As
Yeah.
these adventures get more and more dangerous. In case you ever activate the signal again. Okay. But Moss won't stop after this.
all right.
How did you go get?
Wing mo up, a wing mo up, a wing mo up, a wing mo up.
Moss will throw himself over.
He sticks his head underneath the water until he stops.
Moss goes to the fish of death.
I get to go. Dying makes you cool. My turn.
Okay.
Don't do that.
That's all Moss has got.
Okay. With that,
Alia will prepare some small morsels of food for everybody.
yeah.
Mercy regrets everything he said about a while ago.
With that, it is Baron and Ren's turn.
Man, you guys. Next time you guys are on watch, please stop singing.
Could you not sleep, Baron?
No.
I thought we did pretty good.
I thought that was just a dream I was having.
Moss's like opera solo was pretty great.
He can hit all the high notes.
It was a maze.
Yeah, I mean,
Moss sits there, looks one way, looks the other way, and then just begins just like a quick little like beautiful.
Oh, please provide an example.
Don't look at me.
A wing a wop, a wing a wop. Wait, how does it go?
a Weemba whip.
A wing a whip, a wing a whip, a wing a whip, a wing a whip.
It starts into like Star Wars.
Awesome.
Bum-bum-ba-dum-bum-bum-bum.
And then Moss goes, we're going down for a bit.
Just
Ready to
random beatbox.
Moss stops at this point and goes to bed.
All right, perfect. All right, I need Ren and yeah.
I have those. I can't. Or we have tweezers, right?
Yeah, when
Are they upstairs?
yeah.
We're trying to fix your thing.
What check were you making?
Perception.
13.
13. Awesome.
0.2.
22. Okay. So it's been now. You know that a long rest takes 8 hours, right? You've gone through 4 hours of it, so you're about halfway through.
What we've gone through.
What do you mean?
No.
So you need 6 hours of total rest and then
Oh.
2 hours of light activity, just so you know,
Okay.
for you to finish your
Long
long
rest.
rest. As you continue to go, Ren and Barren, is there anything that you would like to do during your time as you're guiding the boat?
I feel like we have been on this river for quite some time,
Yeah.
and like, there's no way we like. It seemed a little too long, so I want to make sure that we aren't missing any like sort of like
Shoot off.
shores or docks or anything.
Get it on.
In this darkness,
Sounds good.
it
Uh,
sucks to go too far.
I'll keep that in mind with your perception check.
Just be careful with it.
If it pops off, just let me know.
If you guys don't have anything else that you want to do,
Sorry. He was looking for shoot offs, right?
yeah.
I think right now Baron is just kind of. He's a little agitated, I think, but not like I think he's just trying to. He's just trying to focus on what we're trying to do at the moment.
All right. As you guys are about an hour into your shift of going, you see what looks to be ahead of you a fork in the river. And down what looks to be to your right, you can see what looks to be light. From what you can tell, it looks to be probably morning daylight. It's too bright to be just a torch. It's like that white light.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Ren,
Yeah,
see the fork?
yeah. How do we know what way the others went, though?
I don't know, but how quick is the river going? Like, we're gonna have to make a decision here in a second. Yeah,
Yeah, it's getting pretty close. What was your guys' perception checks?
I'd like a 22.
I was like 15.
15. you will hear it's kind of quiet. You hear two things. From here, it's hard to tell where it's coming from, but you can hear what sounds to be water more rushy.
Oh no.
And it's hard to tell which way it goes. You also hear up above, similar to another book, similar to the time beforehand, saying, "Go left." It's Vance's voice.
I don't trust Vance.
Yeah, but that's the whole reason to
That's
go
the whole
left.
reason you go. Oh my heck.
Crap, who's making this decision for
It's
us?
me and Ren. Shit. Let's not wake the others. All right, we can do this.
Okay, can I see like on the fort, like on the wall or something, like where someone like a boat is scuffed and like the direction they went or something?
Make a perception check.
I'm gonna see if I got anything.
Perception. Let me just get this.
And this is quick enough and deep enough that we couldn't stop it to like go.
Yeah, you got to choose a direction because it's starting to pick up now as there's
19.
a lot more water being pulled somehow. 19. Ooh,
Yeah,
that's good. That's really good.
some sort of sign.
I would say, from what you can see, it looks like boats have, like, you see what looks like a scrape on the rock, and a broken boat. I don't know if you'd see that actually. With your like split second of like you look in, you zoom in, get your binocular visions, you put your hands up like this, around your eyes. You can see what looks to be a scratch leading towards the left.
The left.
The way that Vance had told you to go.
Someone else went to the left, and the only people we know that have gone down here are the people we're chasing. So
Well, I guess if we. All right, left.
As you get to the point where the water's kind of picking up, you're getting ready to kind of brace yourself, and you quickly shove off like the side of the passage, shooting yourself all the way over to the left as far as you can go. You're ending up, you get into that lane, and you find yourself as you get to that point, the river
drops straight down.
speeds up but does not drop. As you guys start kind of rocking, the people who are trying to sleep are like, it's a little more bumpy. You hear a voice from like the side off the cave wall saying, "Wow, you do trust me." In Vance's voice.
I want to kill the guy so bad. I'd have never wanted to kill a person in D&D so desperately bad.
Why is that?
This Vance guy's kind of funny, don't you think?
He's got a humor on him. A funny bone.
Yeah.
Funny bone that I like to rip out.
It squeezes his neck.
Yeah, just twist and pull it out of his body.
So, about another hour or so into it, you eventually you find your way. You feel like you've dropped a little bit of elevation, fairly good. You eventually see what looks to be light coming from the fort. Most of the cave, like every so often you saw like maybe a fissure or so going off, but all of them were too small for a boat to go through, really. So you kind of kept on the main path. Eventually, this leads you find yourself kind of coming out of what looks to be a side of a, like, you're following a river. The river kind of comes out of a cave. You can see leaves draping in front of it, kind of hiding the entrance into this area. As you come through, the world around you opens up and you find yourself what looks to be inside kind of a gray granite canyon with tall walls. You're in the bottom of it. It's very lush green. Think of like a beautiful lush forest. Fantasy-esque. You can see what looks to be like kind of little woodland glens. Beautiful area. You can see up high, kind of from the other side where you're coming from, what looks to be a couple of spots on the mountain where you see water kind of gushing out the side, having like a long waterfall spray coming down. The thing that catches your eye just before that, though, is a large, overgrown, stepped temple in this area, kind of built on top of like. So you're in a canyon, right? You know how canyons kind of get mesas formed in the middle of them?
Mm-hmm.
This one's kind of like taller up than your usual one, and then there's like a stepped temple that you can see like the structure of it, but you can see that's also like fairly destroyed, sitting on top of that mesa. Any questions? Anything that you're wondering about, like picture wise?
So the temple is up high,
Up
next
high.
to this waterfall.
Cliff. Waterfall is kind of far in the back.
Mm. So we're down the bottom of
And
it.
you're down in the bottom.
Do we see the other boats?
Not yet. As you all kind of come to seeing what's around, you're able to see that there looks to be not too. As you continue to go, you eventually come across what looks to be another docking station. This one made out of stone completely, not a wooden dock that you can make a boat out of. So you know, where you see what look to be. Actually, you don't see any boats there currently.
Well, Ren, I think we're coming to the end of our rope here.
Yeah.
We should probably start waking up the others. Probably.
Oh, they seem to be sleeping pretty soundly. Feel bad.
You
You
know,
could-
I've never.
Maybe you could sing a song and wake them up like they did to you.
Oh, we both.
You know, I don't know if I've ever really had a chance to look at something like this before.
Yeah. Me neither.
Maybe we just take it in for a second.
Yeah, I'm game.
We'll both just sit there, just
Yeah.
like, just
Fully
stand.
reach over.
Grab God's hands,
Yeah.
gives it a little squeeze.
Maybe we're some, like skipping some rocks, you know.
You hear like a deep breath and just like.
Okay.
Rests his arm on his shoulder, then smacks it and
Well, maybe like while the others are resting, we can maybe do some perusing, some exploring.
Sure. Let's
Look around. We can maybe like get like where they've gone.
sure.
I mean,
Let's
there's this ziggurat. That's maybe they're maybe like making sacrifices or something in there.
might be good. Let's tie up the dock and we'll let them sleep here a little bit.
I just sent into the chat kind of a picture that could
So we're gonna
represent what this kind of looks like.
And Barren and then we're gonna go down to the
El Dorado.
Yeah, very much so.
Nice.
Except instead of like jungle, it's more normal forest.
Also, that's awesome. So yeah,
Mm.
I think we want to tie up the boat, and we're gonna go look around for a second. Have we taken a long rest? A full long rest?
Not yet.
Oh,
So you have to keep it pretty light.
just walking. Just some light.
You guys probably do need like 2 more hours of sleep at some point. You need 6 hours of sleep in total.
We're the last watch, so
Yeah, but you only got 4.
Well.
But you guys,
we tied the boat anyway, or the dock anyway. We go.
yeah.
Yeah, they're safe.
They're fine.
Baron, as you're actually Ren, as you're tying the boat to the dock, I'd like you to do. What's your passive perception? Actually,
Passive perception 17.
you notice tied to the dock seems to be newer ropes, similar to like rope that you found on the previous dock. Same thread count. But these ropes like are dangling into the water. They look like they've been cut.
They've been cut.
Like they didn't want anyone knowing that.
Their boats were there.
Okay. Or someone's just cutting boats, and our friends are gonna flow down the river.
That'd be really bad.
We leave.
Did you guys start to?
Okay, how about? Okay, we'll leave the boat here, but I wanna cast alarm.
On
that
the bottom, friends.
Yeah, on the boat, or like on the dock. So if anyone comes, there will be an alarm.
Yeah. How far are you guys planning on traveling from the boat?
I mean, not too far.
Not too far. We're just gonna. I think we're trying to get a bearing of this place and maybe a path.
As you guys continue walking down this path, you look around. I would like you guys to do an investigation check. The path really. I'll wait to describe it until I know what you guys' roles.
Oh, that one.
Did you say investigation?
Yeah.
Investigation 11.
Man, there's a lot of
2 ones.
nice 111. That is the sign of something. Baron, as you're walking around, you're like, man, there's a lot of plants here. This is a lot of plants.
A lot of plants.
Ren, you notice first off, the path that you're following looks like it has been recently cut through, as if someone had to take machetes and have a clear path. They don't, however, look like ancient. I mean, like not the path, while it has been cut more recently by like a machete, these cuts aren't fresh. If that makes sense. Like you don't
like
see
a month ago or something.
Yeah, exactly. You can tell like someone had this cleared for a while, but yeah.
I mean, they must have just started their business here.
So look, does it look like they're going up to the temple then?
As you look around, you also notice the path that you're following looks to be, as you like look down, seems to be made out of cobblestone, old and cracked. Like this was once some street. As you look around, you can kind of see what looks to be foundations, but trees and other brush have overgrown them. And as you kind of step and try to step onto a rock, it crumbles and crushes underneath your foot, and you realize that you just stepped on the skull.
Ooh. Sorry. Does it go up to that temple?
Yeah, it looks like it's kind of like you got like maybe a good hike, like a mile or two from where you're at, but you would assume like seems like a path heading in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
Ren, you have younger sisters.
Yeah.
They're all sick, aren't
Yeah. Well, not all. There's one that's healthy, as far as I know.
they? You worried about ever losing them?
Every day that's why I'm out here. I'm scared. That they're already gone. But I just keep hoping that what I'm doing is making a difference, or that someday, I'll be able to help them, and that the gods will just give me a chance to make it better.
God, son.
You worried about your sister?
No. Not her specifically. If I've known you for a long time. It's been what? A couple months.
Mm-hmm.
But you seem to really care for your family and to I mean, you want the best for them, right?
Of course, yeah.
Um Yeah, never mind. It's all good. We should probably go wake up the others.
Okay. Are you doing okay? If you want to talk, we can. We can. I don't want you to be. I don't want your thoughts to be festering too much.
Thoughts don't really fester in me. They mostly just are buried and then don't ever see the light of day. So, but I guess if anything ever happens to me, just watch over my sister. All right.
Yeah, of course.
Thanks. We can leave it at that.
All right.
Walk back to the boat. It's gone. I'm joking. I'm just teasing, I'm just teasing. I had to do it. I had to do it. Sorry.
The party is split.
Everyone.
Can we all just say that Baron Mossman, sorry, the Baron Ren fan folk is alive in the conversation.
Anyways, yeah. With that, you guys have about 2 hours left if you want to finish your long rest. That also means that you're giving them 2 extra hours ahead of you. But I guess this is the hard choice. You either get the benefits of a long rest, or you venture out now and only get the benefits of a short rest.
I think a long rest is better.
I think we should take a vote.
We're all asleep.
It was a long rest.
Yeah, he's one.
We all are asleep.
I'm gonna say, yeah, we're all asleep. We're taking a long rest regardless.
Unless they wake up.
Yeah.
I think let's let them sleep for a little bit and then. Or do we need sleep too?
You guys need sleep as well. Pablo's like, have fun apart. Just tell them when they wake up that we just barely got here. Rather than making them know that we sat here for 2 hours. I'm just joking. Pablo doesn't say that. He's asleep as well.
So we would have to wake someone up for us to go sleep.
Unless you don't want to have watch.
My alarm is set,
Alarm is set.
but it won't alert us to something in the distance if we see, I don't know, like a dryad child getting torn apart or something like that.
I mean, think he's full health. There's only one spell slot. It's used up.
Let's say we've all slept for 6 hours at this point, right?
These two only slept. Like it's been for 6 hours, but to get the benefits of a long rest, you need to go 8 hours, 6 of it which needs to be sleep, 2 of it needs to be light activity. Hiking I wouldn't consider to be light activity. Like just the little walk that they did was light enough.
Oh no, I'm talking like the rest of the group.
Has anyone in the group gotten enough sleep that they can do a light activity?
I think everyone's taken a watch at some points. Not yet. Like everyone's still at that point where it's going to have to be, unless you guys want to stay up longer for
Everyone else, and then
yeah, I think it's like 1 more hour, and then you can kind of, but if you do that, then you're gonna have more time to have to wait and stuff like that.
I'm good to stay up.
Thank you. Let me she can take the last shift.
All right, perfect.
If Pinky's down to do that, then
Pinky's
do that,
down.
and I'll take a rest then.
We'll say by then.
Pinky takes some exhaustion though.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. You've already
Okay.
gotten the rest. I'm just gonna rule that it'll take you guys another hour to finish everyone's long rest, just so that way it's all.
Cool.
We're not all on different timetables.
Right.
Okay. So after an hour, you guys all wake up. Seems pretty all right.
What happened? Why are we at this dock?
Oh, we just got here.
Looks like you just woke up.
No.
Must like the inside check.
Make an insight check. Make a check, whatever you're doing.
Taking Barren to the grave with this lie.
You're going to literally kill him if he's lying.
17 plus 7.
Oh,
Gosh.
23.
it's got a discerning.
You can see like the eye crusties in his eye, and his hair's like fall to like one side.
Barren, you're a pretty bad liar.
Yeah, I know.
How long have we been here for?
Pinky, how long have you been up? About 2 hours.
You didn't wake us?
You've only been there for about an hour.
Oh, I thought
No, you're good. We just said in an hour you all are fine.
about an hour. But
Point to point to the temple. I've been looking at that thing. What is it?
some sort of temple to something.
Do you think it's important, or do you think we need to move on?
Well,
The giant temple.
Ren, me and Ren
It's
scouted.
actually the next temple down is theirs. This one's the. Yeah, we're looking.
We're looking at the yeah.
We're looking for Basha. This is the temple of Yoko.
Ren and I actually scouted a little bit while you guys were asleep, and we kind of found the right trail. We think leads up to the temple, so I'm gonna venture in saying that that's where we're gonna need to go.
Okay.
I love how everyone that was sleeping is actually sleeping. Like Faith was out, Tori was out, I think Kyle was out.
Power nap. It's method acting.
Sometimes you go for a while. You just gotta.
I feel disgusting. Pablo, do you have my? What are those called?
Yeah, like
dress.
a little shower tent.
Do you have my changing screen?
Yes. Hafana bar, and he like pulls it out and starts setting it up, and he sets it up on the ground around here.
Been.
Wait,
Let's do the dog.
do we really have enough time for you to shower? We gotta go find them.
Just not gonna listen.
As he hears Dark Blue, he's like, Hafana Park, I think the green one's prettier.
Green one? You really think so? I suppose the temple. Is this the first understand you're getting me fashion advice, Pablo. I'm proud of you.
Everyone else can see that he's literally sweating.
Thank you, Pablo.
We're just walking to Pablo. You're a good man.
I'm not worried. If she ever finds out, say anything, please.
Oh, find out about dresses?
You actually say that.
Nothing. Just shower a lot, lady.
Days.
That's awesome.
I've gone months without showering.
Yeah, I was gonna say Alia would just be like,
I get sent away.
Yeah,
No, that was a while ago. I've showered since then.
yeah, that's about me, Baron. 20 years.
You can rate how tragic your backstory is by how many months you have showered.
Yeah, hygiene directly correlates to the tragedy.
Tragedy backstory.
Anyways, but
What was that about the dresses, Moss?
I was just saying, it's good for Pablo to start recommending brushes.
Isn't it?
Dresses.
Isn't it?
Pablo.
And you've proven to be quite a fashionista as well.
Pablo's going to walk away from this conversation very quickly.
Let's get a move on. Talk while we walk.
Love talking about walking.
All right, I'm gonna keep going. I thought you guys were going to continue that conversation. And then you just awkwardly.
tent of changing screen.
Yeah, he's like putting you away as walking. Just like deer in the headlights, scared.
Still get to find out more about the fashion from your neck of the woods. Perhaps this is something that we can discuss as we look for these treacherous villains.
You know what? Sometimes I will agree with you. I feel like talking about fashion as we're trying to hunt somebody down might not be the most appropriate time.
Well, you gotta look good while you're hunting. You don't want to be embarrassed.
Are you saying I should be embarrassed? Actually, what's Moss wearing? Is Moss wearing? Oh, he's wearing his
It's leather armor from the Crimson Cloaks.
Yeah, Moss looks okay right now.
Yeah, see, you're looking pretty sick.
You're not wrong, Ren. You're not wrong. Sometimes.
Because look, if you look goofy while you're like trying to, I don't know, say we get in there and we're like, you stop it, you goons, and we look like goons. You know, like we've got to look the part.
He's gonna look down at herself. Do I look like
Moss is just gonna be like,
Alia bleeds, right?
Have you taken damage since then? Yes, you have.
I was gonna say because she has her clothes hasn't changed, so you guys are talking about fashion, so she just looks down like her clothes, and there's just dagger,
Like
just
wolves,
holy
like
soaked
it's like
blood.
rip open,
Yeah.
like, expose their chest.
It's just like
Alia, don't you even worry about that. That-
Interesting fact.
That's the intimidation factor.
This is an interesting fact. Now that her your changes, instead of having like the dark red blood stain, it's more of like a metallic silver, almost like a mercury color to it. But it's not. It's kind of more like blood. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So
How can you be so insensitive making fashion comments, Alia, right now?
here? Look, let's pull out the blue set.
he's like walking fairly ahead. He's going to pretend just a little bit like he didn't quite hear. And as soon as he like put it away, he starts putting it back together.
There's a bush over there. Just crouch down.
Alia is a lady
So?
or a robot. So now I question everything.
Looks up the screen, looks in. Hafana, what about Burgundy?
Moss is going to be blue dresses. You just Nice job, Sarah. oil on your fire. But Moss is going to shout out, I don't think burgundy will look well on her.
It's my favorite color.
Oh, we just need to get changed up and then hurry on our way.
He'll slide the burgundy one over and stare daggers.
Moss is going to give a slight wink.
Like he's just, like you've never seen Pablo so furiated and wanting to hurt somebody as in this moment. But he does. He lets it go.
Burgundy was a fine choice.
This is funny.
Cherry bar. Anyways, eventually get the burgundy set. Great. A little clashy with the brass,
That's what Moss was saying.
but it's all
Is the way.
it's snatch. Yeah, it's very nice. You think maybe if you just had like a tad darker color, it'd be perfect. Like dark blue.
Don't say Alia. Alia has no like.
No care.
Not even. It's not that no care. It's just she's clueless about fashion.
Yeah. All right. So as you guys continue to walk, I'd like someone who's leading the charge to do a perception check.
I
think he definitely still leading this charge.
Sure. And you'd like to do one as well, Opal?
No, I was just asking if we're awake.
Yeah, you're
We're walking.
just barely getting up on the dock, guys.
We're like gone. Like through the
Or
front.
she's keep walking with us now since
She put her wings up.
Is that have another vision over there, Opal?
No.
I must have showered and ready to go.
Nice. That's awesome.
17.
17?
17, yeah.
With 17, you are able to follow the path fairly well. You notice this path seems to strewn through what looks to be an ancient city, all destroyed to rubble. You remember when you were doing your training, when you were in that ancient town, Servitude? It's even older than that. There's like no wood left.
Okay.
Or at least it may not be as old. It's just there's no standing structures beside foundations that you can kind of see every once in a while, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
This place has been overgrown and overrun a lot worse.
So, Moss missed this. Are we still in the caves or are we out in the open?
You're out in the open,
Okay.
sun,
We're in the open.
shine.
Where on the map would we be? I'm trying to picture.
We've only been a couple hours.
Are we into the Rovine forest? Is that what we're assuming that this is
From what you
hidden
can
in?
tell,
home?
it's. I mean, it's still like on the other side of the continent, but
Right.
because the Rovine's so huge,
I know.
yes, you would assume that you were somewhere in the Rovine. There's a lot of unwrapped land
In the Rovine.
in the Rovine.
Okay. 'Cause I was like, I'm like thinking about how you describe this and what this looks like. I'm like, I don't know where we'd be at.
Yeah, so it's not jungly. I know that it kind of like gives those vibes.
Yeah.
It's more.
not jungle.
Think about like a temperate, like European
Okay.
dense wooded thicket, like the Black Forest.
Yeah.
But it is like sheer canyon, like what you'd normally see, maybe more in like an Mesoamerican style stuff like that.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
When Mesoamerica is in Europe.
Exactly.
Mesoamerica in Europe. I can see it.
That helps. I was because yeah.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I love describing architecture. Anyways,
How far are we till the temple?
Oh, we took a long rest.
yes, you guys took a long rest.
I took a long.
She was
Same with Faye.
still resting.
Opal might
Still be a long rest.
No faith.
Eventually, you find your way kind of through the streets. Pinky, you said you got 17. As you're walking, you notice what seems to be just sounds, like the forest around you. It's hard to tell if there's things following or if it's just maybe animals. But you do notice that this wooded area, especially in this area, seems fairly dense with life, movement, things like that. You hear like a branch, maybe about 100 feet off the trail to the side break.
But knowing the Rovine, it's a normal thing. Kind of.
Sure. Yeah. It seems. Yeah, it does seem like it's very within forest. Very. It's kind of like the rainforest, but not the same type of trees.
Right. I guess I'm just wondering, like, would I be extremely alarmed? I'm concerned about the noises, but like, would I be alarmed?
I don't think necessarily alarmed. Yeah.
Okay.
That's a great question. As you guys approach the temple, you all kind of come out. You all come out of the tree line and notice, for one thing, all the trees. There's no trees growing right next to the temple. The temple itself is covered in moss and grass and stuff like that. I know. You see my people. But it's kind of like a hard line where the trees stop. You look around, you can see what looks to be large, almost like 50 to 100-foot steps. It looks almost like 4-layered. It is a tall, large temple. There's a reason why you could see it from such a vast distance away. As you guys, from the top down to where you're at, it's probably about 600 feet away.
Oh wow.
So it's a fairly long stretch from up there to here. You see what looks to be
To the base of the temple,
no
or to the top of it?
to the top of the temple to the base looks about 600 feet. So it's a tall boy, big boy, and it looks to be.
Can I add context? In context, the Great Pyramids are only 455 feet tall.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's big.
You can see from what looks like the top of the temple on top of this mesa area looks like it's about the same level as the canyon on the outside.
Okay.
So it is tall.
It's a big temple.
You would also notice what looks to be an entranceway right at the base of the temple leading inside of it. The door itself grown over with moss and lichen looks like it hasn't been disturbed in a long time. You see to one side what looks to be up on each set of lips is almost what looks to be a pulley system, like to raise platforms up to the top. Looking at it, you don't see any of them that are down on the ground on their level. They're all been pulled up.
Like the very top?
Like to the very top. So like not like the pulley system, I should make it, it's like an elevator system to each step of the stairway. So there's like 4 in total. They span those to get
Gaps.
those
And
gaps.
there's
To get to like
center, right? So you go up one up here, go onto this one, go up.
Exactly. So it's like to get up each step of the temple.
It doesn't just go all the way up to one.
No.
You have to,
Yeah, you have to take them each step at a time.
and they're all pulled up to the very top.
Yeah,
So it looks like someone went up but didn't come down.
exactly. You would also notice about this moment. Moss, what's your AC?
Morris has an AC of 16.
I rolled a 16 plus something, so I should actually get character sheet that.
Time for initiative.
Maybe we can talk away on this, guys.
As the Morris is
myself advantage on the next initiative roll.
You can, because we have not rolled initiative yet.
Damn.
I'm just laughing at this.
Pull up my computer.
I'm
Right,
glad
Mr.
that you
B.
did it.
Vigilant blessing, vigilant blessing, vigilant blessing.
Good job, honey. I
Like,
love you.
I'm ready.
I love you.
Most
Your
like
key
the-
still did its thing.
What?
You see a heavy crossbow bolt thud into your chest. You will take what looks to be 7 points of damage.
The monster dead.
What?
No.
No.
It falls right into kind of your shoulders.
But isn't Moss already dead?
No, he's not.
We don't know.
You don't know, Moss.
Inside.
You don't know
I mean,
backstory. That's actually accurate.
All right. As you see that, and you get kind of hit in the shoulder, you look up, and at the very top is one lone figure standing there with a large crossbow. What
The top of the temple,
top of the temple?
He just saw it 600 feet down.
and he hit me. The small midget.
Unlucky.
I mean, if you have sharpshooter feet,
Oh, yeah.
I'm glad I only took 7 points of damage. Let's be honest.
Does it look like he's loading another one?
yeah.
Initiative.
Everyone get into cover.
It's open area until.
Never mind. I didn't say that.
you like crouches down.
Is there any way of getting up right now?
Let's roll initiative.
I think you can
Yeah.
fly.
That's like,
Can
let me hit the. let me
And so
hit the
can you
button.
two.
They are. Oh, they
No, it's a long rest.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Then just go up there and push the guy off like a Baldur's Gate.
Whoa, not 20.
Second one of the night of the day.
I need a piece of paper.
It's right.
There's no.
Absolutely.
I figured. 'Cause I think I know what I think.
You can just
We about to get.
Oh, you
ambushed.
have shit. Okay, we're good. No, we're gonna have to either find a way to stop him or like climb up while he's shooting us and try to like.
Or we run inside the temple.
No, the temple isn't the temple like in.
No, there's a door at the base.
Oh.
but it hasn't been opened in a long time.
Oh.
That just means it's more fun.
Still probably be a good idea to get rid of this guy.
What exactly does the dodge action do?
Makes it so that they have disadvantage on attacking.
Okay, cool. Just
So
double check.
if you take the
dodge, because I can speed up to him and then take the dodge action,
yeah, you could.
so it makes it
Yeah.
harder to get it.
Let me.
Yeah, the dodge action is just they have disadvantage on attacking.
Okay. Man.
Yeah.
Can I have a
Can I-
man?
I'll take a woman.
Can he be to, play D&D
All right.
with me and
Ren, you were first.
I got 27, baby.
47. Anyone beat that?
He's
That's what I freaking thought.
All right.
No, I need something sweet and or salty.
Okay.
Salty.
So give me the situation. I kind of zoned out for a second. Someone's shooting at us?
Yeah.
Yes.
From the top of the temple with a large crossbow down towards you guys.
Okay.
But there is an entrance.
There's an entrance to the temple, or you can try to work your way up to the top, try to take him out or something like that.
Well, the entrance hasn't, you said it's like mossy and hasn't been disturbed, right?
Yeah, it doesn't look like whoever was here prior has ever opened it. So
Yes, yeah, I don't know, there might be like traps or something. We can go in there later, but for now, I think that there's some other alternative entry that they're using, which might be at the top or something. So, you said the top is 600 feet away?
Yeah.
Youch.
Holy
question. We got 27. Who's next in initiative order? So 25 to 20. I got to pull it. Okay. So 20
And
to
that's
15.
19.
19. $19. 17. I gotta think. Um, um, 15 to 10.
14.
Okay. 10 to 5. 7.
What'd you roll, Faith?
I got 8, 6.
4 and 6.
Moss was shocked, you know.
Yeah, Moss
You
is
don't
like,
expect someone to be able to shoot you from 6 feet.
I mean, a big heavy crossbow. They got long distance.
It's possible, especially because it's scoping down. I'm not.
he's got that height advantage.
I'm saying it's possible, but it's not like to expect that to happen. Moss just wasn't seeing that.
So,
You just
top,
moved the top.
yes! Dang, I didn't think I was gonna get him. So, as it stabs into your shoulder to start the round, right before Ren, you take your turn, you see a small, sly little mouth open up onto the shaft of the arrow of the bolt and says, "Welcome, guys. It's good to see you."
Oh, it's
No.
This guy
I
was
would warn you, either way you go, probably going to be painful. I would choose into the temple if I were you. By the way, this was a warning shot.
This was a what shot?
usually a warning shot's
Like right in front of my foot. No.
he's probably not that good of a shot. He was probably aiming for the crown knots. It's okay.
Which finger to use today?
Ren, it is your turn. What are you going to do?
Okay, I think I don't really want to run up the whole pyramid because that'd take like 10 rounds, and you'd be shooting at me all of those. I am really good against traps. I'm gonna go in the temple.
You're right. Okay. It is a sealed door, and it's probably from the tree line to here. It's about 60 feet away, so you can get up to the door. You'll have to be next round before you can do your check.
I'll do that. I'm gonna
If
like
he the door
Zig-
can get shot out
No,
because it's
because of the
Like
vertical
a-
lines. It's
okay.
being blocked. Okay. Next up is Vance. He's going to target Pinky.
The little guys, man.
The one that can fly.
I am the one that can do that.
Are one that sure.
Her. She'd be like a bug.
If it's gonna succeed, how
That's a
it's gonna
20.
actually might as well just like the
Go running through the air.
Is a 20 hit.
Just yes, try definitely hits. I think I have leather armor. What do I have? Yes, leather armor.
That is 6 piercing damage and 6 poison damage. So 12 damage. Or acid damage, actually.
Wait,
Or no, we'll call it poison.
6 feet away, right in the guts.
I said the short people.
If I can fly.
I bet he has something against short people.
You know what? We should shoot nuclear warheads.
Well, just the same.
I've heard of that spell before, but only powerful with.
He's going to take a second shot. Pinky. That is 11 to hit.
That does not.
Good thing you were shooting to me. I would have hit.
What?
Yeah.
All right. With that,
Age.
Alia, it's your turn.
Alia is like seeing that he is hitting little people. And he is like, holy crap, he's better
was
at this than
gonna
I
say,
thought. She's booking it to get next to Red.
What's Ren doing?
He's at the door of the temple, so under that cropping of the.
Yeah. So she can't be shot.
Next up is Adelaide.
Pinky under my arm like a football, and then also taking off towards the temple.
Getting up to that wall. All right. Pinky, are you going to allow this to happen?
something that could have held my action and then ask. Would you like be held like a football?
No, it's okay. It's good.
Would you like to be held like a football? I've always wanted someone to ask me that.
Okay,
I just imagine Pinky getting hit and then getting grabbed by someone. Just so kind of like, what?
What's going on?
I think Adelaide just sees like this little tiny creature like from 600 feet away, just like focus on the light. Focus on the light. Man, it's the light. What are you supposed to do? You don't go towards it. Go towards the light.
All right. Next up, Pinky, you've gotten to the wall because you're carried.
Okay. What is the range on a short bow? Probably not 600 feet.
It's like 100 feet.
I think it's 60 feet for a short bow, and then one.
Oh, short bow, yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah, short bow 60, 120.
It's something like that.
Yeah.
Queued up to 120, but past 60 is sort of disadvantage.
Yeah.
So
Is
it's-
I can check.
Regardless, you can't hit from here.
I can check for you.
That would be great, because I think I might have been using it wrong. That's just like, I mean,
mean,
there
you
would be
could-
more than 120.
It's a short bow, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it says.
I mean, you could pick up sharpshooter.
I probably should.
So the range is for not disadvantaged 80. Long range
Okay.
is 320.
So it's a lot longer for a short bow. What's a long bow? 600. Oh,
There's
Check.
sort of a lot. Oh,
A heavy crossbow is also 600, then, right?
It's not. It's 400. So I'm going to rule that he's got a long bow.
No, that's
my
good.
bad.
he can still have a heavy crossbow.
He's got a heavier
He's got
crossbow.
a heavy crossbow.
It's a more
They
heavy.
mounted it.
Yeah.
Like it's one of the.
Tell me and hit Pinky and not evaporate her. Siphon the slicer.
No, that's what happened. That's why.
Since it's a heavier crossbow, I'm going to start using the D12 for the dice damage now. That's dope. I like that weapon. That's cool.
Does it have push?
Yeah.
all right. So Pinky can't.
He was gonna go for the kill.
You can definitely go for it.
Dash and then take the dodge action. She was gonna go for it. But I guess not.
1v1.
Good.
I'm
You
just
should definitely try.
It's fine.
It's like a baby.
Yeah. I think she's gonna. Since she's at the door, she might as well try and open it.
Okay.
Check the traps, I guess, first.
Okay. Make this will be your action to
Yeah.
check for traps. Do either sleight of hand or perception check.
Okay. That's a 12.
12. You don't notice any traps.
Well, would it also be an action to try and open it?
This door is about 10 to 20 feet tall,
Oh,
and it looks like it's made out.
so not openable for Pinky.
Not a pinky door.
Okay.
But you already used your action to.
Right, but I'm going to use my bonus action
Perfect. You can decide.
behind a bigger person
Behind which bigger person?
since she's holding me.
Yeah, you get on her back. Make your stealth check.
Thanks from Alia.
I should probably know this. I do this all the time. That is a 24.
24. Perfect. Okay.
Just in case he's not the only guy around.
All right. Next up, Baron. It's your turn.
So I will do as everyone else. I will get to the door.
Yeah.
And then I'll kind of look around and just say, I mean, we don't really have another option. I mean, it seems like we're going through this door. But I was thinking that since it hasn't been open in a long while, like, who knows what's on the other side, it might be worth looking like we're opening the door and sending, like, Pinky or one of you ladies that can fly to try and sneak up behind the guy up top. We'd be waiting a little bit and you'd be on your own, but it's an option.
It would be just 1v1 up there. Unless there's more people, and then
to that end, what would you want me to do? I could shoot him a couple of times, but you want me to like push him off the pyramid? I'm just gonna hold the lands. I can't push anything.
Maybe if you could lower the pulley system, could be an option. These are just options. I don't know what everyone else wants to do, but
You would be able to check the strength to lower the pulley system things.
You'd have to go up to check it, like actually go get to it to see if you could understand its inner workings. But
I mean,
But like, just a quick like, if it.
it might just have like a
pulling
release that you
up-
could just
Okay.
hit or something like
Okay,
that. You
so
don't
it
know.
just
You'll
looked
have to go
like-
check it.
Okay. Okay, so it wasn't like an obvious like I have to pull it.
Yeah, it's not like you can see like a huge like spinny wheel that you have to have like mount an ogre to like spin it up or spin
Okay.
it down.
So it wasn't obviously like not a pinky jump.
Yeah.
Okay.
but I don't know what you guys are thinking. I mean, it's just an option. We can go through the door.
I like the idea of sending someone up there, but obviously I'm not the one going up there, so I think it's ultimately up to them to decide.
Opal, I'd assume that you taking your action to run up to the thing. Same with Moss.
No.
Okay. Opal,
Is it my turn?
I'm going to cut to these guys.
That's fine. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine.
Opal, it's your turn.
So looking at it, if I dash blue up, it would be
10 turns.
10 turns, which I can't fly that long.
Could get to the top, right?
No.
No.
Or 10 turns. Yeah, you could just barely get to the top with 10 turns.
Barely get to the top.
Okay, and if I don't,
Then you will fall.
do my death.
It's a far distance.
I was kept. Never mind.
If you fall, I will catch you. I'll be waiting.
Yeah, very risky, but
Boss is gonna look at Opal. Do it.
What you doing?
well, maybe I'll. How wide is the temple?
It's very wide.
Very
It's wider than it is tall.
Okay. I'll just run to get out of range so that he can't see me first.
It'll take your action to dash.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
So I'm just gonna get out of the way and maybe calculate more of I want to stay out of sight, and if I don't, I still have my shield, so I could still deflect the arrows. So I could still be fine. But it'll be harder for me to grab the wall in case I don't make it. Right.
Okay. This is a question for the DM on how you rule Moonbeam. So Moonbeam comes from the sky down,
Yeah.
right? It's only got 120-foot range, but I'm within 120 foot on the vertical plane.
Oh.
And so there's a
Um,
spot right here that Moonbeam, if it's coming from the sky, would come down and smack him at the top of the temple. But you also can cast Moonbeam indoors, and so I don't want to I just want to see how you do it.
I think it's not necessary that you couldn't. I think it's just too far away for you to cast it right now because the temple's just big and just massive enough that you can't quite get to. Does that make sense? Like if it's 600 feet tall and it's wider than it is tall, you're at least, if it's as wide as it is tall, you're at least 300 feet out from the base to where you are at. If
But,
that's
but we're able to dash to get to the base, though, right?
yes,
He's saying,
but from the base,
the base
just
itself.
like linearly, horizontally, is more than 300 feet away from the top
So it
center.
would be curvy, right? So
Oh,
you
I see what
hear-
you're saying. No, it's like a pyramid.
It's a pyramid.
So he's shooting from like right here. Oh, I see.
So
what you're
then
saying.
I wouldn't fall because it's that way.
Well,
You slide down, but
it's not a pyramid flat. It's a ziggurat. It's a stepped pyramid.
Yeah, so I'd be fine.
If you feel like falling 600 feet worth of, or
the
100-foot worth
momentum
of step,
from falling.
you wouldn't fall 600 feet. You'd most likely fall 100 feet.
Sorry.
Because that's how
Still
tall
Six
each step is.
steps.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
They're a little bit bigger than There's 4 steps, but they're a little bit bigger than 100 feet. I was just rounding it around there.
Okay.
It's my bad.
Okay, that makes sense. I see what you're saying now. Then Moss will do the brave thing and run it. Perfect.
All right, Ren. Top of the round is your turn.
Okay. I think I'm just gonna try to open this door. I want to check for traps.
'Kay.
See if everything's good. Check around those moss creases.
Yeah, roll that check, and you got advantage with it.
Nice.
Is it that you get advantage on trap checking, or what is it?
I think it just says advantage on made like to avoid or resist traps.
I think I'll give you advantage on it.
Okay. First roll's a 16. Second roll's a 19.
Yes.
Plus, what am I? Is it a perception investigation?
It looks like investigation.
Okay, lame. That's plus 0, but 19.
19. Okay. So with that, you check all around the creases and everything like that. You notice 2 things. It is sealed, like the temple hasn't been opened, and the this door doesn't seem to have any traps that you can tell. It looks like it opens inward from pushing. From what you can tell, it'll probably take about 4 individuals pushing all together to try to open this up.
Pretty much all of us.
Yeah, so it'll take a combined effort. A little while to accomplish the feat.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll turn it. I'll say, like, do we want to go in, or should we wait for?
Pinky, Alia, Adelaide, you guys are the ones that can fly, so I think the choice is up to you.
I can't. But
Opal.
Rude.
Distinguish between the flyers and the non-flyers here.
I can teleport, but that's about it.
That is a very useful spell.
Well, no, let's go with that. What's your range?
Roughly 60.
It's the same speed.
No.
Pinky will go. Pinky's.
Where is it? Vortex Warp has 90 feet, and then
How many times can you use it?
One, and you
hold on,
need it one
I
time.
think. Let me look.
It's a 2nd level spell.
Yeah, it's not going to be great.
Don't be so
What dimension door you
400 feet. That's
I can cast it up to 3 times.
Would you like to know?
Well, let's not spam your spells. So let's just
And
use it one time.
then
You can do some flying.
where is it?
Just
Also, just bring up the
as you guys are kind of getting this figured out, it's Vance's turn.
Okay.
You see,
Oh, that's cool. I thought
It's kind of the 2 of the group versus Vance on the second initiative.
okay. He is going to attack the 1st level winch up.
Oh, so he's cutting.
As he shoots it, let's see what he rolls. Gets an 18 plus 6. That's going to hit it. He's using one of the fire arrows, so it will take
Now there's, regardless, there's going to be a way for us to get up there.
11.
We're going to
I think we're at one of those stages in life where like there's 2 entrances.
That's a baby.
They all lead to inside the temple.
Yes.
I was gonna say, what's the point of sending Pinky up there? It's just to be left alone, or you know?
Yeah. So as you see it, you see like an arrow, a fire whack right into one of the bracing beams of the 1st level as it kind of cracks and crumbles in on itself. Doesn't explode, but starts lighting on fire. You can see kind of slowly working its way onto the rope and stuff like that. From what you can guess, the 1st one is not usable. His 2nd shot goes a little wide, falls past it.
Cool. Okay.
Is it Moss's turn?
No, it is Alia's. Here's the question: are you guys going to try to make your way up to the top, or
No, I think Moss is just gonna be like push the door open, and Moss is just gonna push the door.
I think.
Yeah, I think we're just going.
We gotta
Yeah.
push the door open.
yeah, I'd like everyone to do a strength check to see if you guys can push the door open. That's up to you.
Should Pinky be counted in this?
Yes.
Yeah, any strength adds to the total DC.
Even a
Even
Okay.
even though
eight
we
strength.
have a historic
Like a negative one modifier strength.
7
Strength 10.
plus 10 plus
14 minus 1.
so 13.
17. Mine's a 15 minus 1, so it's 14. You did better than Moss.
Did you get 7?
No, I got a 4.
This is a straight saving throw.
What was the 7 rolled up? Like, you said you got an 8, what, minus 1.
What? No, I said a 15 minus 1. And that's a 14.
And Moss actually has he rolled a 14. He doesn't have a minus 1.
This is just a strength throw.
Probably should have
strength
done
save,
less
or
More than a minus 1.
Usually I dump
Yeah,
strength,
just
but
strength.
Moss has a 10 in strength, so yeah, no minus 1 for Moss.
you gotta be freaking kidding me, guys.
Hayes, are you okay?
I am ready to quit D&D. I got a 0.
Oh,
So 14. Who got the 10?
he probably should on the
17.
count of 7.
I was gonna say I rolled a 2.
You have a minus
I have a
2?
minus
Minus
2.
2?
This strength, yeah.
Guys, we gotta have an honest conversation about hitting the gym after this session.
Leg day.
I want to say that Pinky's stronger than you,
So,
but honestly, with her size, she's
0,
probably not.
14,
17
17, 5,
14.
14, and 10.
And what did Brandon get? Or Ren?
Ren, what'd you get?
13.
All right. With that, as you all push together, you're able to overcome the DC. It was a 50. Push it open. You got 63 altogether.
Heck yeah. I didn't even need to step in.
Because he didn't.
Or no, you got 73. My
Did we get it or not get it?
Yeah, we got
Yeah.
that.
The way I've kind of played it off in my mind is her strength is like more like her balance. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So she's like more clumsy, but
Or it's like a
Alright.
car. A car is really powerful, but if you ask a car to lift the chair, it can.
Yeah, that's a good way of saying it. Well, with that, as you guys open up the doors, you hear kind of a puff of air as the seal is broken.
Oh, does like the little like dust go?
Yeah. And it is
It's like a Zelda door.
time to take a break. We've been going for a little over 3 hours.
Are we taking a break or are we stopping the
I
session?
think we're stopping the session because
Brandon's got
Brandon needs to get going.
Oh, Brandon won't be here. Hi, Brandon.
Sorry.
We actually really do need Ren. Send Chase your character sheet so we can use and
We will
use your
die.
character.
I'm going
You
to
know,
we
it's just too bad for you guys.
Well, that was fun.
Yeah.
That was very fun.
Right. Well,
And
so
next time will be